I forgot to mention this earlier before I filmed chapter 1 and 2, so I'm just gonna say it now. I have a pet bird. She's in my room. She may squawk. The bird's gonna squawk. Chapter 3. Damian was immediately mauled by Marinette as he materializes. "Birdie, how'd it go? I was worried all day." "Father thinks I'm too unruly," he scowled. He didn't even kill. He had been less violent as he got to know Mary more. He just was going to knock him out. And then stupid Grayson had to tell Father that he had tried to kill Ubu. He'd show Father that he wasn't that bad. "Mary, can we please just make cookies? The chocolate ones with sprinkles." Mary noticed his mood and just knew he wanted a distraction. "Sure, but I'm adding the sprinkles today." "Fine. I get to lick the spoon, though." "Damie!" He had woken early and probably should have gone back to sleep, but Damian wanted more cookies. "I could just make some." He snuck down the stairs and into the kitchen. He and Mary usually took a while to clean up, but if he didn't want to get caught, he'd have to put it away as he went. He whipped out the dough, and as he put them in, he started washing the dishes. It was almost 4. Pennyworth would probably start waking soon. He hurried to put the last of the dishes away and grabbed the cookies out of the oven. He barely had time to clean the pan before he was rushing upstairs with the plate in hand. Mary would have been happy to see him making them on his own. Her desserts had been getting more elaborate, and he could still barely make a cake. He just didn't know how she got them so perfect. Her icing was always even, and she even decorated with flowers and swirls. Alfred was going to head down to the cave to make sure Master Tim had gotten sleep, but he thought to first check on the kitchen. As he flicked on the lights, he realized the oven was still warm, and there was water in the sink. What on earth? Neither Master Bruce or his sons baked anything. Master Dick couldn't even make a cookie. He decided to go check the security footage. As he watched the feed from right before he woke, a soft smile grew on his face. Master Bruce would have an easier time with this one than he thought. He shut off the computers and headed back upstairs. Bruce was surprised. He had thought that Damian would try to sneak outside to patrol, but instead he was asleep. The system had warned him about an hour ago that Damian was not in his room, so he had gone outside to make sure he wouldn't get out. But when he had gone back to the cave, he found that Damian was supposedly in his room. He went to check on him and was shocked. Damian looked so normal, curled up under his bed covers, except, was that a plate? He picked it up and noticed that there were a few crumbs left on it. He took it down to analyze the crumbs, and it was cookies. Where did Damian even get cookies? He was too tired for this. Bruce went back to his room to catch a few more hours before he had a meeting. It had been about 2 years since Damian had joined the family. Dick had gone down to the kitchen for a glass of water when he heard humming. He grabbed a knife from the living room and slipped into the kitchen. As he went to strike down the intruder, the interloper spun around, already in a defensive stance. "Damian? Grayson, what are you doing here?" "Me? What are you doing? You were humming." Damian pointed to the counter. "Isn't it obvious? Are those cookies?" "Clearly." "Were you going to stab me?" "Well, yeah, no one in this house hums." "If you tell anyone about this, you'll regret it." "Wait, why would I?" "You do know I'm an assassin." "Yeah, but you're an assassin that I just caught humming and making cookies. Speaking of, I want one." Damian tried to bring the plate out of reach, but Dick was taller than him. "Wow, little D, these are good. Can I have some more?" "Will anyone else be hearing about this?" "Not if I get more cookies, they won't." "Fine, I'll leave some in your room after I make them." "Wait, you do this every night?" "Yes, it is habit." "From where? I'm pretty sure the League of Assassins does not teach baking." "That's for me to know, and you to never find out. Good night, Grayson." He left Dick standing in the kitchen staring after him. Did Damian just tell him good night? Did he get hit by a chemical or something? He hadn't left the mansion yet, but it was possible. He headed down to the cave to look over the cameras. It looked like Baby Bird had been doing this every night for the last few years, just as he said. He looked so happy when he was baking. Maybe it was a stress thing? Whatever. He'd leave it alone for now. But if it got too weird, he would ask him about it. Damian fell back asleep, but he didn't make it to the dreamscape. Marinette was probably already in class by now. When he woke up, he took a shower and went down to the cave. "Grayson, how should I go about thanking someone?" "Who? You haven't exactly tried to make friends since you've got here." "Just someone. I need to thank them for some advice they gave me." What do they like?" Sewing and baking. Oh, little D, is this a soulmate thing? No, I don't have a soulmate. Dick scrutinized him for a moment. What's her name? Most people have one. Mine is on the Teen Titans. Starfire? Why should I trust you with this? I didn't even tell Mother. Wait, really? Yes, it was for her safety as well as my own. Mother would have killed her or recruited her. That's awful. Bruce is nothing like that, I promise you. He has one too, Catwoman. Fine. Her name is Marinette. Oh, is she nice? She's wonderful. She makes me feel human. She lives pink, and we trust each other with things that no one else knows. She knows almost everything about me. The only thing she doesn't know is my full name and about Robin. Dick gaped at him. You really care about her, don't you? Damian scowled. Obviously. Do you have an idea or not? She would probably like something you make from her more than anything else. Corey's the same way. She likes baking, right? A nod. So then bake her something. What do you know how to make? Cookies, most all kinds, including macarons, cakes, and chocolate croissants. What's her favorite? She mentioned something about strawberry macarons a while back. Practice in the kitchen and then make it for her in the dreamscape. Damian had a surprised look on his face. That's actually good advice, Grayson. Thank you. No problem, baby bird. I get to try some anyways, so I'm not complaining. Fine. He headed upstairs to his room. He had a new idea as well. Thank you for listening to this chapter of The Sword and the Sweets. All the chapters are on my channel and on AO3, as you probably know. I would like to reiterate, I did not help create this. I did not help write it. I have done nothing but read it. All of the credit goes to my old works, The Fair Maiden of Fandom. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.